Hey everyone, Joey Contino here, and currently we're at 12th Street because just right behind me, this is the end, at least right now, the end of the North Wildwood Bulkhead. In between here and the lifeguard headquarters, there is currently nothing. But as we know, these past few storms that rolled through, well, we're realizing we need to extend this bulkhead. And that's what the mayor of North Wildwood wants to do right now. So I figured, let's go over this. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make videos like this. If you want to support this channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. This video is sponsored by ISP Tech. Backup internet for your home, vacation home, or business. Don't let power or internet outages get in your way. For more information, visit isptech.co or visit the link in the description below. For those who are unaware, the City of North Wildwood has been building these bulkheads for the past several years because really when it comes down to it's beach replenishment. For the second year in a row, we're not getting one here, mostly because in front of Surfside Pier and Sportland Pier, there's that little kind of gap between the water and that wall. In years past, you were able to drive over that, and maybe once a month that would get flooded, they would rebuild that and continue with their day. Now that happens twice a day, kind of spending more time on rebuilding that than rebuilding the beaches. So the only line of defense that we currently have is our bulkhead. And so the mayor of North Wildwood for the past few years have been building this bulkhead, some of it with DEP approval, emergency approval, and some of it without. The main reason why we didn't have approval to begin with is because we couldn't wait for the approval. There's a lot of back and forth, and if we had waited, this bulkhead that's currently here, unfortunately, that would have caused a lot of damage to a lot of houses because as we've seen, water would have been creeping over that secondary bulkhead and into the streets. And one of the bulkheads that was built, the game plan was originally built it from the very beginning of North Wildwood to make its way all the way through North Wildwood. But of course, there were some steps along the way and we can only got it to here at 12th Street. The main reason why is because the New Jersey DEP said no, you don't need a bulkhead between 12th and the lifeguard station because there's plenty of vegetation. And while yes, natural vegetation is probably the best thing you could do for storms, the issue we have is without beach replenishments, there's nothing stopping all of the surge to take down the existing dune. So if you look right behind me, you can see that this was from the last replenishment and we have yet again another 12-foot drop. This is obviously a problem, and this is actually not even the worst of it. If you go back to the other side of the island, which I'll show you with our seagull footage, it has gotten worse, and if it wasn't for that new dune and the bulkhead, water would have been spilling over. Where we're currently standing is one of the sections that the mayor of North Wildwood has submitted emergency action to the DEP to hopefully get approval for a bulkhead. Because right now you have a massive cliff here, and if you pan over here, this is it. Regardless if we have this vegetation in here, in some sections, like right behind you, you could turn around on the camera, you could see it already spilled over. It's just a matter of time till the water comes down and goes straight into our streets because look, right in front of the American Inn, there is no bulkhead. So that water is going to go straight from the ocean right onto the main streets of North Wildwood on 13th Street, and that's a major problem. It could cause millions of dollars of damage that we're trying to prevent by building this bulkhead. And since this bulkhead is the only reason why all this has been protected, it only makes sense for them to approve it so that we can connect at least a lifeguard station all the way over here to prevent any kind of damage. And that's exactly what the mayor of North Wildwood put out in a press release on Friday, January 19th, where it states, with a breach to the dune, the city feels that the future storms could pose a more significant threat to the city, its infrastructure, and public and private properties. The purpose of the EA request is to ultimately prevent the possibility of any damage to properties or infrastructure. This new bulkhead will start where the other one ended at that 12th Street and run to 15th Street, roughly about 750 feet, to just connect the existing bulkheads. And they will look exactly the same as the other ones, 12 feet out of the ground. They'll have dunes on top of it with the boardwalk-style decking. It's hard to see what the damage looks like here on the ground. So we have the seagull, and we're going to put that in the sky to give you a bird's point of view of what this damage looks like. The hope is that by the time we even put this video online, the DEP already approved it. But if not, DEP, if you're watching, we truly need this because we're trying to prevent millions of dollars worth of damage, and we can't do it without your approval. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, I'm Joey. I'll see you on the beach. See you later. Bye.